If you're always the one reaching out, I hate to break it to you, but you're not being nice, you're being convenient. And once I explain why people only hit you up when they need something, you'll never chase anyone again. It's late, like stupid late. Your phone's face down, screen dark. You keep checking it anyway. If this is you, you already know why this video found you. You replay the last text you sent. Nothing crazy. Just enough not to look needy. Just enough to keep the door cracked. And you tell yourself, I'll wait. But you don't, because you never do. Maybe this hits closer than you expected. You're always the one reaching out, the one keeping things alive, the one saying, what's up? When silence starts getting loud, and yeah, you play it cool, you act like it doesn't bother you, but it does. Low, key, every key. You notice stuff other people don't. How they reply faster when they need something. How the energy dips the second you stop carrying the convo. How busy somehow never stops them from posting stories. You've had that moment, phone in hand, thumb hovering, thinking, if I don't text first, would they even remember me? And that question messes with you. So you shove it down, crack a joke, send the text anyway. You hate how it feels after. That little regret, that quiet damn in your chest, like you gave something away again, like you showed up for someone who wouldn't do the same. You tell yourself you're just loyal, just real, just built different. But at 3 a.m., when it's just you and your thoughts, you wonder if you're being taken for granted, if you're being too available, if pulling back would finally make them notice or make them disappear. So here's the real question, the one you've been dodging because it hits too hard. If you stopped reaching out today, would they step up? Or would the silence finally tell you everything you've been afraid to hear? I'm going to talk to you like an older brother would. Not to hype you up, not to drag you either. Just steady, real. Most men mess this up because they think effort equals value. That if you care more, show up more, reach out more, people will feel it and give it back. That's the myth. I've watched guys sit on the edge of their bed, hoodie on, lights off, phone buzzing once every hour. They tell themselves, I'm just checking in. But it's never just that. It's that quiet fear that if you stop, everything stops. Here's what most men don't understand. Reaching out isn't the problem, as overreaching is. There's a difference between connection and chasing. Connection feels easy. Chasing feels tight in your chest. You know the moment you send the text, then you toss the phone on the bed like it burned you. You keep glancing at it while pretending you don't care. That's your body telling you something's off. Masculine principle number 1. As your presence should be felt, not forced as. If someone only responds when you initiate, that's data, not disrespect, not evil, just information. Another hard truth most guys dodgy. Being available all the time doesn't make you solid. It makes you predictable. Masculine principle number 2. Scarcity creates gravity, not games. Not ghosting, just having a life that doesn't revolve around waiting. I learned this the slow way, by overgiving, by staying cool while feeling small, by confusing loyalty with self-neglect. Pulling back isn't punishment, it's clarity. And once you stop reaching just to feel needed, you finally see who actually meets you halfway. So here's the quiet question I'll leave you with. Are you reaching out because you want toe, or because you're scared of what happens if you don't? The room's quiet, but not peaceful. That kind of quiet where you can hear the fridge hum from the other room. Your phone vibrates once, not for you. You're sitting there, one leg bouncing, hoodie sleeves pulled past your hands, even though it's not cold, or maybe it is, hard to tell anymore. You think about the last time you reached out, how long you stared at the screen before hitting send, how you deleted it, typed it again, changed the wording so it wouldn't sound like you cared too much. Crazy, right? You remember laughing with them once, like real laughing. That moment flashes back out of nowhere while you're brushing your teeth or driving at night with no music on, and for a second you think, maybe it meant more than it does now. Then the silence comes back, heavy, awkward. You tell yourself, I'll wait this time. You even mean it. An hour passes, then two. Then you feel that itch in your chest, that low-key panic, like, what if I disappear and nobody notices? So you reach out again. Act casual. Yo, what's good? Like you didn't rehearse it in your head 10 times. They reply later, short, dry, but you pretend it's fine. You always do. There's this moment after when you lock your phone, stare at the ceiling, and feel kind of stupid, like you gave something away, like you folded first. Again, you don't say it out loud, but you wonder, when did it turn into this? When did you become the one always trying to keep the connection breathing? And here's the thought that sneaks in when you're not ready. If you stopped reaching out tonight, would anything actually change? Or would the quiet finally say what nobody ever did? A lot of guys think if they care more, it'll matter more. That if they text first, check in, show up, people will notice. Truth. Sometimes they notice. Most times they don't. I've been that guy, sitting on the couch, phone in hand, pretending it's fine, waiting, hoping. She didn't ghost you. You disappeared from yourself. Some men believe loyalty means being available 24/7, that showing up constantly equals value. I used to think that. I'd answer texts at 2 even when I was tired, even when I had my own stuff going on. And it never felt like respect. Attention is cheap. Respect is priceless. Then there's the idea that pulling back is weakness, that if you don't chase, you'll lose. I learned the hard way. Stop texting for a week. Silence. No panic. Just clarity. You don't lose her. You lose your own presence. All these beliefs quietly eat at you. They make you bend, fold, overthink. But once you see them for what they are, you start showing up different, not desperate, not overavailable, just present. And that's when everything changes. This is what he understands. Most guys get it twisted. They think showing up first, texting first, reaching first is power. Nah, power ain't in the chasing. This is how he leads, with presence, not pressure. He texts when he wants to, not when he feels like he has to. He scrolls past the read receipts and story updates without losing his cool, because he knows his energy isn't cheap. It's not for anyone who doesn't meet him halfway. He's okay with silence, really okay. He sits back, maybe taps his fingers on the table, maybe laughs at a dumb meme, maybe does literally anything else instead of blowing up someone's phone. Patience over panic, strength over noise, centeredness over chasing. He remembers that respect can't be begged, that attention doesn't equal value, that the right people will step up without a nudge. He's messy, human. He loses sometimes, but he doesn't fold for someone who treats him like a filler. This is the 1% headman mindset. Not about being cold, not about being distant. It's about being steady, about showing up fully, only where he's wanted, and letting the rest fall away without a second thought. The phone's face down, buzz gone. Silence loud. You're on the couch, hoodie up, elbows on knees. The room smells like leftover coffee and whatever dinner you forgot. You close your eyes for a second. Flash last Friday. You stayed up scrolling, waiting for a reply that came hours later. You laughed at a stupid joke in the group chat. Texted first anyway. And it didn't matter. You feel it now. That tight twist in your chest. That little burn that says, why am I always the one? And then it hits like a whisper, almost soft enough to ignore it. You don't owe them yourself. Your thoughts scatter. Remember that time you skipped the gym because you wanted to check in? The car ride home where you rehearsed what to say, word for word. The awkward pause on FaceTime when you realized they weren't really listening. You lean back. Breathing slows, chest expands. Something unravels in your shoulders. Strength isn't chasing. Strength is sitting there, still, full, waiting, not begging, not bending. And in that quiet, you remember you are enough. You've always been enough, even if they never see it. The phone buzzes again. You don't reach. You don't flinch. You just sit there, letting your own presence finally matter. The room goes quiet again. Phone still dark. Your hoodie's heavy on your shoulders. The hum of the fridge, tick of the clock. You feel your chest loosen, breath deeper. You realize you've been bending, folding, chasing shadows, trading pieces of yourself for scraps. Not tonight. Not anymore. Strength isn't in them. It's here, right here. And one thing hits harder than any text, any reply, any moment wasted. If you stop reaching out, you might just finally be found.